Well, for high school seniors planning to attend college, April is a pretty difficult month. Checking the mail every day to see if your college of choice has accepted you or not is a pretty daunting task. But Ebru's Julia Sun says there's a lot of other things to consider than a school's acceptance rate when deciding where to go. And she joins us live from New York with more. So good evening, Julia. What else should we take into account when we're looking for a college?
Well, there are so many things because you do spend 4 years on a college campus. But since you mentioned acceptance rate, I want to say some people think 20–30% is very low, but these people are wrong because this year we're approaching mid-single digits. And I don't want to go through the process because this year it is twice as hard to get into a university of your choice than, say, 10 years ago. And for the class of 2018 to be successful, they need higher test scores and a lot of luck.
The top universities turn down more than 90% of the applicants. Ranking publications like to give a college better placement when the admit rate is low. As a result, colleges are engaging in a race to the bottom. But why does everyone else care so much?
I do think it definitely affects how you think about your school, because I hold myself to this very high standard, but does everyone else?
Studies show how selective a college is does not change how much a student learns. While some equate a more exclusive campus to a better career, some disagree.
I don't think that a lower acceptance rate gives you an opportunity for a better job. And you completed all of your required courses no matter where it is. I think it's, a great accomplishment.
But the new low acceptance rates are daunting to all.
I think that the fact that lower acceptance rates are growing this year, I think it's really upsetting. It shouldn't be impossible to achieve.
A college is also where the student lives for 4 years. There should be more to consider than how hard it is to get in. Ultimately, the decision should relate to personality.
I was definitely looking for a school where people were very independent. There was maybe a high emphasis on academics, and it wasn't necessarily a party school.
The acceptance rate is definitely a legitimate measurement, don't get me wrong, but I'm just saying there are more factors to consider because college is probably the most important and supposed to be fun 4 years. You want to have fun, you know what I mean, Nicole?
Of course I do. So let me ask you this. Does a prospective employer really care how hard it was for you to get into school?
Not how hard it is for you to get into school, but sometimes the alum relationship comes into play when you look for a job. For example, a lot of the companies, they only recruit at selected campuses, and if the school doesn't already have a relationship with the company, it's harder to get an interview. So the acceptance rate doesn't always correlate to job placement, but maybe it plays a part.
Good point. Thanks so much, Julia.